it's us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance, not the life I want to live. I want to take it all, standing tall, fear outweighed the person you are. Oh, break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
Okay, where is everybody? I'm just doing a quick video to show you the new YouTube stuff. I mean, sorry, Google Earth stuff. This is, wait, why is that? That's not what I wanted to show you. Let me get rid of that. I'll just stick with this. I was visiting this area years ago, but I have to be honest, I think these lines look more prominent, more easy to see. If you really visit, you can go to South Africa yourself on Google Earth. I think what I did was that I turned on 3D mountains, and so now everything that's like this is like more prominent. Now there's a video that CFAPS CF okay, CF apps. I should stop saying CFAPS. CF apps, who passed away about 2 years ago now, maybe. He, or maybe a year and a half. It was kind of surprising to me. He did a video on some of these areas in South Africa, and he caught a lot of this. But what I'm trying to show you is that, and you can go through my old videos to see a quick tour of this area before it changed color. I grabbed some screenshots. Let me show you those. This one right here, I was just showing you. Let me just go back and compare it. And I'll show you the video that CF Apps did, and you can follow this type of weird, you can't tell what color the soil is. I think what's happening here is that the grass on it, I know that it's big. Okay, let's just measure this thing. I mean, this is how many feet? So that's 136 feet wide, and it doesn't stay a consistent width. I'm just trying to show you how big that is. 136 feet, that's almost like 200 feet wide right there. And right next to this weird north-south mountain ridge, that it's kind of like a wall, and it has these other things. I've talked about this before, but what I saw in the CF Apps channel video, let's watch it right now. Just a little bit of it. It's here. Let's start it over again. I'm not going to try to play the sound. For sure, no sound. And as you can see already, there's Adam's calendar marked, and I checked it, and he had it. So, it took me a long time to find out where Adam's calendar was. And now it's like, it was there all along. Okay, so now he's got, basically what he's about to show you is the circular rings of stone that, it's right there, stone, circle. Michael Tellinger, you probably know who he is. If you don't, he's the one who is advocating these stones as super old and as possible gold mining processing centers. And I can tell you that one thing that he says is that there's like 1 million of them in Africa. And the question is if that's true, what were they and why were they put there, and the fact that most of them have like 1,000,000 stones each. They're not simple designs. They're not. Okay, good, nice sound. I just checking, making sure that I'm not wasting my time here talking and not recording my audio. Let's see here. I was gonna show you the video, so I don't want to show you the whole video, but as you see, he starts moving in. You can see these circles. Let me just enlarge it, and you can slowly. Now, that's not a modern day road. That's also like a pathway created out of these stones, so it's quite complex. I'm just showing you because I don't want to. There we go. We're getting started showing some of these bands that I just showed you that is changing color over time. Now, over here, you have like a consistent color that kind of looks like it, but what I'm talking about looks like the soil is actually colored. And they go all over Africa. So I'm not fine. There we go. No? Okay, so maybe I should skip ahead a little bit. That's more of a river. And he was, maybe I should show you where he's at. I'll just go back to the beginning. You can follow in there and see where he's going. I showed Adam's calendar, but I'm going to stop it here. There's Lesotho down there. So I rarely get that high when I'm looking around. I've found very few ridges and walls up here, which is what I'm usually looking for. I found a whole bunch right here, north of Lesotho, along the escarpment. But once we get beyond about here where I'm pointing, you don't see much. But right now I'm trying to focus on just the soil. Let me show you some photos that I grabbed before. I wanted to show you this already. Okay, first of all, let's kill this one and go here. That one is the center. I showed you that. Okay, so this is just above it. Do you see the difference in color here? Now here's the funny part, is that you've got this, what do you call these, outcrops of I don't want to say mega breccia, because I'm not sure if that's appropriate, but and over here it does change color to almost the color of this weird stone that's sticking through this, what I presume is dirt, hard sand. Sorry, I meant to say hard red soil or dirt. And this band is kind of cutting through it here. So as you back out again, I was showing you down here earlier, and we can go back and you can see the first photo, the first image. It's that center north-south, like I said in the Google. I'm going to show you all these right now so I don't have to worry about coming back to it. Got some repeats in here. Now this is different. This shouldn't be in here in my opinion. That's something that's in Alaska, which I just think are ancient roads or even modern day roads that get covered up. So these roads are interesting, but they could still just be like 200 years old. So I don't want to show you those. This is more of the terracing, but you can kind of see a difference in soil color. And I question how old this terracing is because of the fact that there's a whole bunch of trees growing on top of it. But secondly, I've seen other things like landslide on top of it that seemed old. And I showed that in another picture. Okay, so some weird thing about these bands is that the edges get darker and more prominent. And you can follow them. They go all over the place. Here's a pointed one. And you can see here that whatever that was, I don't think it was a fence, but it was some type of an outline created, obviously unnatural outline. And when you go into, that's CFAPS's what's it called? Video that was about this. He's going to go in and show you. First, you're going to see a more prominent. Okay, so we didn't really catch exactly where that was, but you can get in there and find it yourself from what he did show us. And CFAPS was definitely ahead of his game when it came up to Google Earthing. I mean, I chatted with him once and he was a little bit hostile, but at the same time, I kind of understand because with the number of trolls that I get, I can certainly understand why he was hostile. Okay, I didn't want to watch all this part again. I wanted to get to the parts where he gets to the similar lines that are up there that I don't want to go and track him down when he already did it. Now you can see these circular things. There you go. You're starting to see the lines right over there. Look at that angle there. And the fact that this breccia is sticking through it, like you have a line that's going under. Now he navigated away, but here you can see the same thing happening. These are roads. That's a road. Those are tracks. So those are tire marks. Okay, so he's showing you Adam's calendar right now. I'm sorry. I can zoom past that because I don't... There's none of these markings up there. But he already left Adam's calendar. Okay, so as you can see here, you've got a line that goes right against those trees there. There you go there. So these two outlines, this is what I'm talking about. And you can see how just a little before, oops, there was a nice sharp turn. So they could have something to do with demarcation of property. And it could be modern day for all I know. I mean, all I'm saying is that it's so bizarre how these lines go so far and vast. And I'll show you some more right now. Maybe we can see some. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to go through my old video because I kind of tried to trace some. And I didn't know what I was looking at. I still don't. Here you go again. You have the lines of colored soil, what I kept referring to as Terra Pretta. I mean, of course, if you know what Terra Pretta is, it's probably not even similar. I'm just giving it a label to kind of compare. Is it Terra Pretta? I mean, here you say maybe yes, but if you go to Google Earth and use the Street View feature, which has changed a lot here since he did it, it's all down here now. You don't get these controls up here anymore. They're all down here. Unless he's using a version of Google Earth that I didn't know about. But you've got basically the same tools to follow around, and I was using them back in the day using Street View, and I found an area that I had a chance, but when I looked at it, it was just grass, and it looked like the same grass that was next to it, and it was a 360 view, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's Street View, and so I could turn around and see all the grass. It all looked the same color. So what this stuff is, I don't know, but it's definitely... You know, I don't have a lot of good examples to show you of the old stuff, but my old video covered it. You can see the angles that were placed by this stuff, and it's like modern day people there wouldn't be able to do this unless they were real big industrialists or something. And even with that in mind, you know, why would a big corporation do something like this, or why would the government do it? Look at that one right there. So see, he was also getting these lines. What he's showing here is how it goes up over the mountains too. So it's like maybe these lines right there, these scars, were all there even before this mountain became the mountain it is today. Like there was a lot of land that was eroded away. I mean, Michael Tellender would like to say these are 100,000 to a million years old, and they would have to be to look the way they do now, number one. And for the people now, I mean, I don't believe that they're just 1,000 or 2,000, 3,000 years old. And I find these circles up in Mauritania, so I can show you some. I've already shown you in Dartichit area of Mauritania. So it's even possible this was going on. And it's not just Mauritania, it's all over countries throughout the African area. Check out Michael telling your stuff. Here's a really good one, this ancient property demarcation. Not just the circles. I'm talking about the lines and how they seem to be as old as the circles, if not older. Probably as old, because I think that if people were mining for gold, and I think that there was mining going on, I don't want to say I embrace the ancient alien theory, but it supports that theory, and it also supports ancient mining theory, mined earth theory, and there certainly was more than just these lines. This is just one part of the whole thing in my collection of folders of different types of attributes that you find from Google Earth. For example, gaps, gutters, tracks, or what I call the dribble mountains, or different channels consisting of those gaps, gutters, or tracks that are intersecting or creating channels that are going up into the mountain. And you're not seeing it up here. I'm not seeing the same type of attributes. Maybe what I'm looking at is more ancient. Look at that one right there. Look at, is that a ridge mountain right there? Is that a spine? Or is that just the deep marking? Now we're going to look at some Google Earth real quick. I'm not doing an hour-long video today. This is going to be over in about another 5 more minutes. So I'm just trying to show you his video. Go check it out yourself. I didn't want to play the music, and I didn't really want to show the whole video, but these lines are coming up real well. But I once again will show you, it's CF Apps 7865. His YouTube, you can go there yourself. I maybe will put this in the description if I don't forget. Otherwise, just look up the amazing ruins of South Africa and then choose CF Apps 7865. And he's got a collection. That's what happens when you pass away. Okay, so the music's Kevin MacLeod. I guess I could have played it. It was actually pretty cool. I love Kevin MacLeod too. He was my first when it comes to non-copyrighted music. Okay, look at that line. So, as you can see, he captured a few things. I don't know if he noticed it, but I think he did because he was showing lines even in California. So, yeah, I'm going to definitely go through some of his older videos. But a friend of mine sent this to me today, and it just reminded me I should probably kind of go over this stuff. So, since you see his face there, go and subscribe to his channel. I think his wife will get credit if you're still viewing his videos. Unfortunately, due to YouTube algorithms. Now, let's take a look at this now. You can barely see it. We'll go this way. See how it goes along the mountain, just like in his video? And you can see how it reappears down here and goes across the desert. And where is it going? Now, where was that? Those are roads. Okay, I'm seeing the corner there. I'm seeing the line very straight, right? That's the other thing. Very straight line continuing south. So you see a very straight line there. Look at that if we back out. Now, I don't know how many miles we're going to get, but it corners here and then turns this way. Goes up this mountain. By the way, we're on 3D graphics now. So if you see that, that straight line went up the ridge. Like we could probably 3D view that and see that's a mountain there. But when you look straight at it, the line is going straight across. When you look, you got to put it right in the middle of Google Earth because if it will curve when you move it away from the center, like it just did. But when you keep it right in the center, you can see that it was a straight line. What is that? A laser beam from space making that line? So I'll put it back to north-south for you. Oh, it's nice to see I got a couple viewers. Only one watching now though, and let me just where was I? There's the big tall mountain. So I wanted to go back to the top and start and go the other direction. And see, that's the thing. The other direction is kind of wacko. It goes over this way. You can see it turn like a curve, like a river. It goes up and over this ridge, right? And it goes up and over. So I think that this is younger than the ridge, obviously, because the ridge seems to scar the mountain in a different way. Now that's not a river, okay? It looks like a river right there, but it's not a river. It's just a differentiation in the grass. Now look how it goes down the mountain, right? And then comes back up the mountain. And this was a different color when I first discovered it, like I showed you in the pictures. Now it looks like it stopped there, but we have an angle going that way. Yeah, there we go. Now if you notice, that's a house right there. That's a yard. That's a wall down there. So this is really big. It's not like a small thing. There's other, now that's a modern day fence. I won't be tricked by that. I do see that looks like kind of like a road, but it also has that weird pointy thing. It's a little small compared to what got going here. Does this end right here, or does it keep going? We can back out. We got a few more like mountain ridges. Look at that. Just like, is that a volcanic dike? All right, look at that. We actually have rediscovered it here. It's going up the side. There it is, right up the side of the mountain, like right up the spine of the mountain, right there. And then it get to the top, and you can see. Are those roads? Okay, I'm wrong then. I'm wrong. I mean, I don't know. Those are roads, aren't they? If they're not roads, then I'm right, and that's kind of weird. Look how they go right off the side of the mountain. So maybe they're not roads, but it doesn't look like what I was trying to show you in the beginning. So I mean, these Terra Pretta lines in soil, that's different thing. Let's see if we can find anything. Let me see here. With we have a way of doing. See, I've already look at this weird stuff going on here. I've already showcased all this stuff, but if we put on the we've got street views here. The thing is I don't know if I'm going to be able to find the street view with those weird lines. We can find them everywhere. These weird, like, no, maybe not that. We can find these things. I see them all over the place, but then they changed color, so they kind of disappeared. So now it's not as easy, but in my previous video on this, this one and there's one right here. Now you see this? This is what I'm talking about. It hasn't changed color yet. I'm just checking my, I think I'm having some problem with my stream. It's green now, but a minute ago it looked like it was stalling. Okay, so here we go. You can see the difference in coloration. Where's a place? Can we get up close to it? Look at this. Here we can kind of see some maybe here or maybe over here if we go. Let's click on it and see what color that is. We're down in the freeway, so we're looking up. Okay, see, as you can see, it's like green grass. Hard to see it. Green grass everywhere. So it's not brown, it's not soil, it's grass. But who arranged this grass? Now, there's got to be a better shot. Let me turn that street view back on. I think that we should try to find, like, you're seeing it happen here, you're seeing it happen here, but in the other versions I show you, look at this one, it's going across here and demarcating, look at that, turning left. I mean, it's beautiful, and maybe it is modern day in a way, but the fact that it just kind of goes all across the land, and it's all by these ancient ridges, look at that little nub. But here it is turning here, and oh, maybe we can find a little bit of some street view to compare. That didn't work out. We got green grass. How about down here? No. Let me just follow this because usually you can say some crosses it. And then I'll end this video. So if you're already bored, you can leave now. I don't care, but I'm just going to let you know that I have that one video coming out that I've been working on. Working on. Let's see if we can find just a little example of this stuff. I mean, where I showed you first, let's go to where I showed you first. I think we're not north. There we go. Go north, and then go right here in this area. You find that north-south mountain right here. And that, where is it now? I probably should follow the link rather than search because I never find it when I want it. I always find it when I don't want it. Is that it? Just follow. There we go. That's it right there. And I say north-south mountain because when you put it right here, it's perfectly north-south. But yeah, it doesn't stay north-south. And the one that cuts across, there's like a couple of them here cutting across. There's the one here, and this cutting across. And that, okay, I think we, unfortunately, we got the street view clicked, and we're not able to see anything. So I don't really want to see that anyways. I mean, I've seen it before. It's just grass. It just turns into grass. Look at all this weird stuff going on here. Look at those lines. Yeah, this is definitely the activity area. Some ancient stuff was happening. Look at that. Look at that. You've got this crisscross point, and it's the highest point. You know, you didn't really see this because of I think because I turned on 3D. I turned on 3D, and it's so much more prominent. You see the lines going everywhere. And don't tell me they're natural. Now we know they're not. Now we know. South Africa is the Rosetta Stone because you see these things everywhere, but only in South Africa does it seem to all come together. All right, I'm going to stop this, but as I said, when I can find some of that weird Terra Pretta, I'll zoom in and take some more pictures of it and put it on my page. The thing is and you could go into the time machine and maybe that would help. I could go back in time. That would make it work. Oops, what happened? Welcome to South Africa. Look at those fields. Just open and green. Are they growing a crop there? Probably are. What's that? Is that a grave marker? A human? Beautiful. Anyways, yeah, so I'm not going to sit there and look for that. Yeah, R722 Free State. Let me just put that back on. Yeah, it's so funny. You see all sorts of stuff going on here. Okay, that doesn't help. Well, I know it's going to help me right now, and that's getting some food. So thank you so much for joining me today. And I'll be around. I'm trying to make a video every day. So have a good one. Where's that music at?